His name was Sven. When he arrived in town, he was bloodied, half naked and rambling, wide-eyed about bugs and white fire. The priest took him in for the night and did his best to feed him, but he refused to eat. After sundown, Sven's ramblings became louder and less coherent as the priest helped him to bed and covered him in a blanket. As he bid the man good night, Sven's fingers clamped down painfully on the priest's arm, and he stared him in the eye. "Terror! Bruise! In Sunhall!" he croaked. Terrified, the priest pried the fingers off his arm and fled the room, screaming. Nobody else dared approach Sven all night. In the morning, he was gone. No disturbances were reported. All he left behind was the bruise on the priest's arm and a charred corpse still curled up beneath an unburnt blanket. Welcome, new flesh, to the Garlax Chronicle. We will be playing Sagas tonight and telling probably the scariest tale that's been told with this system so far. Welcome to my channel. I'm Dennis, OKSDM on the internet. You can find me at all the socials at okayest__DM. But it's not just me that's helping tell this terrifying tale tonight. I'd like to welcome my 3 players who will be experiencing the story along with the rest of us. If you'll please introduce yourself, Len.
Sorry. My name is Len, and I will be playing Ammon Hogland today. Sorry,
Thank
I forget
you.
what else I'm supposed to say. I'm not good at this.
No, that's all right. That's all right. Where can people find you on the socials if you haven't?
On Instagram, I'm wood.len.creature. Nothing too much on there yet, but I'm working on it.
It's a grind. It's a grind for sure. How about you, Ashley?
My name is Ashley Craft. I'm going to be playing Vincent Beaumont. You can find me on social media at Ashley Craft. Pretty much everywhere except Twitter, which is Ashley_Craft.
Is it still called Twitter? I think it's just my X now. It's all our X. We've broken up with it. And Night Arrow.
Night Harrow. I am, or Harrow. I usually say Harrow because help with the pronunciation, or with the spelling rather. But Night Harrow. I'm at Night Harrow pretty much everywhere that I have accounts or whatever. So, yeah.
Thank you all.
I'm a huge nerd and excited to be here.
Good. Me too. Thank you all for being here. I'm very excited for this story we're about to tell. We begin, as many stories do, with a place. An old dirt road winds its way between prairie hills, cutting a swath through tall, tanned grasses like an old scar on the scalp of the earth. A starving mouse pauses in a wheel rut to chew on a grain it had won from a stray wheat stalk. The surrounding grasses wave in the frigid autumn breeze, bidding the rodent a premature farewell. Enthralled with its meal, the mouse doesn't hear the approaching sound of an engine growing louder and louder until the sound is almost deafened. A chill sets into the air, and the whole world turns orange with the light of the setting sun. The old rickety bus trundles along, mindlessly following the single path available to it. Sitting within are 3 people, all of them blissfully unaware of the fresh red stain on the wheel. The driver is a well-dressed man with a short black beard and a worn leather drifter's hat. He attempts to whistle to pass the time. This man's name is Garlax. But he's not the only person in this bus. Benny, what are you doing to pass the time on this bus ride back to town?
Well, I was listening to the latest ICP CD on repeat, but the batteries have long died on my Walkman. So I'm just kind of staring out the window, chewing on some off-brand Cheetos and drinking a little bit of Mountain Dew, giant bottle I have with me that is probably warm by this point. Just kind of staring out the window, wondering why I'm coming to visit my dad in the first place. Seems like a bad idea.
And what does Benny look like?
Benny is a kind of an average white guy, except for he's a little bit large. He's about 6'2", and looks like he's survived his entire life on processed food and sugary drinks. So he's on the large side for sure. Benny doesn't look like he's done too much exercise in his life. He's wearing plain blue jeans, and since he was coming to see his dad, he normally wears just plain black t-shirts, but he's got his nicest ICP Insane Clown Posse shirt on, which is what he was listening to before his Walkman died.
And are you probably sitting in the front or the back or somewhere in the middle of this bus?
Probably wherever there's the most airflow, so maybe towards the front. Benny's a big boy, and he's probably pretty warm.
What about you, Vincent? Please describe your character and what they're doing to pass the time on this bus ride that has already lasted about 3 hours.
Vincent has a book open on his lap, and he has a notebook. It's a notebook that has a bunch of just loose leaf papers shoved into it. Sometimes when the bus goes over a bump, his notebook almost falls off his lap. Some of the papers have fallen out and kind of scampered under the seats in front of him, and he's had to like crawl around on all fours and pick up the papers and shove them roughly back into the notebook. But he's scribbling on the pages, occasionally pauses to look out the window, and it looks like he's deep in thought. Maybe kind of chews on the end of his pen a little bit. He looks very deep in concentration and very tired. He's about 5'5". He's wearing a vest and a kind of an old white button-down shirt. The sleeves are rolled up. He has brown hair. Again, he looks very tired. He's probably sitting in the back of the bus because he doesn't have to worry about people being right behind him then. And he wants to be left alone, probably.
With one person in the front, one person in the back, Ammon, please describe what you look like and what you're doing to pass the time.
So Ammon has a book, one of his favorites. He's reading The Great Gatsby over again because he's trying to calm down his nerves because he's going to a conference where he's going to present about a paper he's helped to write. And so, yep, he's probably sitting around the middle since there's 3 people on the bus, and he wouldn't want to mess with the feng shui of person in the front, person in the back. He is kind of tall. He's dressed nice but not formal. And yeah, he's very nice to look at. Yeah.
The bus continues along, hitting bump after bump in this unpaved road, sort of jangling whatever you're holding at the time, and it sounds like jangling pieces of the bus. It is old, and you're worried. You've been worried for about an hour now that something attached to the bottom is about to fall off. The bus driver, Garlax, glances into the rear view mirror above him, kind of glances at at all of you, and he sort of shouts over the engine. So, what is it that brings you three to Sunhall? We're almost there. Maybe about 15 minutes.
Vincent hesitates, and then he seems kind of reluctant to respond, but then just kind of offhandedly is like, I'm just doing some studying while I'm there.
Studying? What is there to study? It's a run-down
There's
podunk town with pretty much nothing in it.
Well, sometimes that's where you find the biggest things hidden away. I study the secret and the things that are less known to people.
Well, certainly a place to hide a secret, that's for sure.
It's good to know. That's what I hoped.
I don't mean to. I think you might be about to lose your muffler. I don't know. Kind of sounds like it's rattling. You might want to, if you want, I could probably help you tie it up. You know, if you got some wire or something. But yeah, I'm going to visit my dad. I guess he moved out here.
Oh, family is always a good reason to go anywhere. And don't worry about the muffler. It always makes that noise.
All right.
I wouldn't say I'm going there so much as I'm ending up there. I'm just gonna wait for another bus to take me where I need to go.
Well, you might be waiting a day or two. Might be prudent to find a place to sleep while you're there.
I'll take that into consideration, thank you.
As the sun continues to set, the sky goes from orange to red to purple. And you can see Sunhall finally come into view. This old trailer park with unmown lawns, tall grasses of all sorts of different weeds everywhere. You can see maybe 24 trailers that are very, very well lived in, well loved. You can almost tell people's personalities just by looking at them. Some of them have whole gardens out in front. Some of them have just a couple withered flowers hanging out of a windowsill. The only permanent structure in the town is an old stone church right in the center.
I'll take
Go
a
ahead.
look. Do I see any of them that have like some old vehicles that are in the yard that look like they've been mowed around a little bit? See, I figure that's my dad's place.
Yeah, you see one with a old, beat-up brown pickup. Looks like that's been sitting there for maybe a couple months, judging by how tall the grass is.
Is there not like a convenience store or anything? I need some batteries.
We passed the last convenience store about half an hour ago.
Great. All right.
Vincent, as you glance out the window one last time as this town rises up on the horizon, you notice something kind of weird. You look behind you and you feel like there's not really a road there. It feels like the grass is just all grown over and you've been driving completely off-road.
Probably makes a note of that in his notebook. Just a passing observation.
Can I take a better look at this driver? And
Yeah. Go ahead and make the first check of the game. So we are using version 0.6 of Sagas. Version 0.7 will be released on the 31st of this month. So in Sagas, when I ask you to make a check, what you do is you look at your character sheet and you see if anything there can possibly apply to the check. If you're trying to check out the driver, maybe something about being able to read into people's personalities, something about having good eyesight would help.
Benny definitely does not have anything like that. He's probably seen people that would live in a place like this fairly often. He's just trying to see if there's anything out of place. He kind of feels like the other two people on this bus are a little bit out of place. So he's just he's getting a little bit weirded out that they seem fine with being out here and not like they're lost. But this driver also seems a little odd too. So is this like a real, he's starting to wonder if this is a real bus or if like some dude just picks people up, and he's a little bit worried we're going out to like a murder shack or something at this point. But I guess we can see the town, so he's in the right place, but he's just a little bit weirded out.
All right, go ahead and roll me a check to see if anything comes of your investigation of Garlax.
And this is a D10, right?
This is a
Just
D10 since nothing applies.
Okay, I rolled a 1.
That is perfect. This is a roll low system. You take a closer look at him. The only reason you know his name is Garlax is because he has a name tag on that has and you can tell that maybe he is legit. Like, he himself is fine, but maybe the company he works for isn't, because you can see like sort of like a worn company logo of some sort on that name tag. And it matches the same logo you saw on the outside of the bus. Garlax himself seems friendly enough. He's seems very well traveled. You can see a couple of scars across his bare arms. The hat he's wearing looks like it's well loved. You can see like 4 or 5 different pins in it. Lots and lots of scuff marks. And in closer inspection, nothing too terrifying or sus comes from your bus driver.
Hey, Garlax.
Yeah.
I don't know if these two, like, I think they got on the wrong bus or something. Like, I feel like I've done that before. I got on the wrong bus and I was afraid to say anything. And then before you know it, I was like 2 hours from home. So, I mean, I think I'm here. I'm where I'm supposed to be, but I don't know. You might check with those two. I don't know.
All
Vincent
right.
hears this, and he shouts up at the front of the bus, "No, I'm meant to be here." He doesn't look up from his notebook.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to
No, you're fine.
talk
You're fine.
about
It's
you.
always good to check.
For what it's worth, I am also supposed to be here. This was the bus ticket that the university gave me.
Oh, so you like work for a university?
I mean, in the way that a PhD student works for the university, yeah.
I have no idea what that means. Is that
Well,
a yes?
Really pay me. I more pay them, but you get to do stuff
Wait.
like this.
You pay them to work for them?
It's more complicated than that.
Sounds like it. Well, all right.
The bus slows finally and stops in front of this ancient-looking church. You don't see any cross on it even anymore. It is so run down. You're not even sure it was a church. You're just guessing because it's such an old building. But the bus stops, and Garlax opens the door and says, "Well, I guess it's time for us to find some lodging. Don't worry, I've been through here before. Kind people, usually you'll be able to get a guest room or something."
Thank you.
right. Well, I'll grab my Jan Sport backpack and make my way off the bus. Thanks, Garlax. Yeah, I guess y'all take care. Are you sure you guys don't need some help around here? Because, again, I don't mean to be rude. You don't look like you're from around here. That's all I'm trying to say. And I mean that in a good way, for what that's worth. Like, is that, like, you have, like, multiple layers of clothes on, and I'm not really sure why, Vincent, but it looks nice.
Thank you. I'll consider your offer. I don't need any help right now, but if I do, I will definitely let you know.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure my dad's place is the one with the old truck that's kind of, with the flat tires, with the grass growing up around it.
I see that one, yeah.
Yeah, it's just him there and me now, and I'm pretty sure so if you guys need anything, just come give a knock, or honestly, you could just yell loud enough. The walls are usually pretty thin in these trailers, so.
I mean, I hate to be a bother, and I know we just met, but I didn't expect to be staying here for more than like an hour, I'll be honest. So.
Yeah, there's not even a convenience store. I assumed there would at least be, like, this is all the Mountain Dew I have left, and I'm supposed to be here for a week. So I guess I'm gonna ration it, but yeah. Well, let me go talk to him if you don't mind hanging out here, and I'll come back. Is that all right? He's I'll just tell him that you're a friend and you came with me. Does that sound all right? He's kind of a jerk, if I'm being totally honest, but
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, all right. I'll be back, I guess.
Ammon's just gonna go with it because he doesn't know what else to do, even though this does not make him comfortable.
Benny is gonna, I guess, make his way to where he thinks his dad might be.
And it's starting to get pretty dark out now. Lights are clicking on people's porches just outside their doors. And as you're approaching what you think is your dad's place, you see him, immediately recognize him exiting the front door. He's older than you remember. Older and more wrinkled and gruff, which is probably saying something. You can see his head now almost completely bald. He's sort of like stretches, doesn't seem to notice you, turns around and takes out his keys to lock the front door.
Bradley? Dad? Is that you?
Who is it?
It's Benny.
Oh, right. You were coming today. Hey, how's it going?
Good. Hey, I know I probably should have told you, but I brought a friend. Is that all right?
Make a check.
3.
3's not bad. Yeah.
Wait, I'm not there.
Sure, the more...
He's real nice. He works
more
at
the merrier.
University.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I'm actually, I'm not staying in my place tonight. I'm going over to, there's this guy, Thane. He sort of like runs the place, but he needs help. And it's my turn on rotation to take care of him tonight.
To take care of him doing what?
Oh, he's wheelchair bound. He needs help doing a lot of stuff.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, sure. Give me and he reaches for his keys and wiggles the house key off of the ring and hands it to you. Place is yours for the night, and however many friends you brought along, you can welcome them in, assuming there's enough space.
Okay, are you gonna be back for breakfast or?
Actually, you might want to stick around tonight. There's a festival. You really came on the right day, son.
A festival?
Yeah.
Here?
Give it another hour and a half, 2 hours, and people will be out and about.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, it does.
I'll-
It's really cool. You're not gonna want to miss it. I promise.
What kind of festival is there? Like,
You know, as much of a festival as we got out here. It's a potluck, basically.
is it Dolly's birthday or something? I don't understand.
No, you'll see. We call it the birding.
The birding.
The birding.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, welcome.
Sounds good.
Take whatever you need. Of course. Whatever. Let's see. The linen should be in the closet above the sink. The bed's big enough for two. And there should be a little bit of a couch and some floor space.
Yeah, I didn't know they made trailers this short. This is kind of more like a. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. I guess just you.
No,
normally,
it's
so
all right.
probably
It's all
fine.
right.
I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. I guess I'll see you tomorrow.
Nah,
later
just
on
give it a
tonight?
couple hours. I'll be out and about. You'll meet Thane
okay.
too.
All right. Sounds good. I'll go back
Cool.
and collect. Hey, Amon. I guess it's good. My dad, he's gonna stay somewhere else tonight, anyways. I haven't seen him in like 8 years, so it's probably it's a little weird. It's not actually that weird, but it probably seems kind of weird.
It's pretty weird. That's weird.
Nah, if you're kind of in the same city, you're kind of spending time together. That's just the way he kind of feels about things.
Cool.
Yeah, he's nice, but he doesn't always understand like normal social kind of interactions and stuff. There's supposed to be a party or something going on later tonight. So I don't know what's going on. This is weird. Like, this whole thing is kind of weird. Like, we're really out in the country, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I have no metric to know if this is weird or not, but it feels weird.
Yeah, I mean, I live in a trailer park, but like, this is like a little. I mean, these are some country bumpkins. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As you mentioned country bumpkins, Garlax, your bus driver, comes around the back of the bus and he says, Hey, you're still here. Good. I'm sorry, but my buddy Sven isn't around anymore. He seems to have moved off. Usually he'd have a bunk for me to cup on, but I was wondering if wherever you found has extra sleeping space.
Yeah, we could probably figure something out. I mean, one of us will probably be sleeping on the floor, but I don't mind doing that.
Nah, you're fine. I'll sleep on the floor.
No. Yeah, but yeah, come on over. I don't know if there's any food or running water in that house, to be totally honest with you. But yeah, come on. Yeah, you're welcome to come.
Sure. I knew
Vincent?
I spied a good one when I saw you, Benny.
Yeah.
Are you here for the festival? You seem to be taking notes or something. Is that what festival is it? Or maybe Garlax, maybe you know? Is there supposed to be some festival here tonight?
Festival? Not to my knowledge.
Something
I mean,
about
maybe some
birds,
sort of
birds?
last harvest thing, but there ain't farmers here, so.
Well, I don't know. It's getting dark and I'm getting eat up by the mosquitoes. So, come on. Yeah, I guess, come on if you want. Everybody's welcome.
All right. Lead the way, Benny.
All right, I'll head back to the trailer. Yeah, I just go in and kind of look at the place and figure out how all of us are gonna. Yeah, hold on. Let me just. I haven't been here, so let me just like take a look at the place and make sure. I'll be right back, and I'll like go in and like shut the door because I'm worried that like the place is like a mess or something. And I'll just take a look and see. I don't know what I would do if it is, but I'll just try to take a look around.
Amon and Vincent, you watch as Benny real quick unlocks the door, goes in and shuts it. You're sort of out here. It is like late autumn, and it is somewhere in the Midwest, so it's getting pretty cold out now. Starting to shiver a little bit as you stand there, and suddenly we hear a thump in the grass next to you, maybe like 3 feet to the side. And Garlax turns. Think it's an animal?
Could be. Seems like what might be out here.
Can I go look at it?
Yeah. Go ahead and make a check to find whatever it is in the dark.
Vincent also is going to make a check, and I have investigator, so I rolled a d8, correct?
Correct. You are absolutely investigating.
Cool, cool.
I have keen hearing. Can that help me in this situation?
Oh, yeah, because you're trying to find the source of a sound. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I got a 4.
I also got a 4.
Amazing. Pretty much simultaneously, you both see a little divot in the grass where it looks like something fell. And there's nothing above you. You look up, nothing up there. Maybe it was thrown or something, but you look down and it's kind of tough to see in this light. But as your eyes begin to adjust, you can see what looks like a black bird just lying there unmoving.
Maybe that's part of the bird festival around here. I don't know.
It's possible. Benny did say something about birds.
Yeah, I'm just cleaning up. 1 second.
Gross. And Ammon's gonna walk away.
Garlax is going to bend down and sort of like gingerly take one of the bird's wings, and as he does, the wing he touches just crumbles into soot inside his hands, and his fingers come away black. What the hell?
Vincent takes his notebook out and starts making some notes.
From further away, Ammon again says, "Gross. Why did you touch it?"
I was curious. But you know what? You're right. Gross. We'll switch
Vincent
back
offers
to
him some hand sanitizer. He has some in his backpack.
amazing.
He just has one of the pump bottles though, so he just awkwardly kind of has to pump it onto his hands.
As you clean up a little bit, Benny will switch back over to you just as you shut the door, rolling back time a little bit. You turn around and you can see You are completely taken aback by the interior of this place. It is immaculate. There is not a speck of dust. There's no clothes to be seen out in the open. The cabinets are like this polished wood. The sink is still shining even though there's no light sources. You glance back into the back room. The bed is made. You glance over. You look at the curtains, and they're these like well-kept, like flowery curtains. It doesn't look like someone lives here. This looks like a like sort of a set house that gets a display house for retails selling it.
Did he get married or something? He's never been this clean. I'll go around and start turning on some lights and just like kind of forget that I'm just supposed to be checking if it's clean, and it's clearly very clean, but I'm just a little bit confused. So I think I'll just walk the trailer once real quick, flipping on lights and taking in everything, and then I guess come back if I don't notice anything more odd than that.
Go ahead and make a check to see what you can pick up.
I rolled a 10.
A 10.
Critical fail.
You open it up. The linens are exactly where he said they'd be. You open up what is probably the pantry because it's stuffed with food. You can see this is the first sign you get of like someone has actually lived here, because a lot of the food is not like sealed. You open up the fridge and there's like leftovers in it. You also glance outside for a moment. You click on one of the lights and you realize it was a backlight. But before you click it off, you notice that there's a, it looks like a concrete doorway with metal doors chained shut just outside, out in the back.
Like into the ground or into like a building or?
Like into the ground. Sort of at a slant.
That's probably the first thing that makes sense about this whole place. Okay, I'll go open the door. Sorry about that. I just had to pick up some.
The light from the open door floods across the grass and the porch, and you can see now that clearly for the first time that bird that fell is completely charred. Like it's been burnt to a crisp.
You said something about birds, Benny. I don't know if that has anything to do with the festival, but it's kind of interesting.
I don't know. He said something about the birding festival or something. I should have listened better. I don't remember, but some about birding. Yeah. Huh. I haven't seen my dad in a long time, so I'm sorry. He was always kind of a weird guy, but his place is clean, so come on in. This is the cleanest trailer I've ever been in before.
If it's not too much trouble, I know the rest of you are staying there. I wanted to know if it was okay if I stayed there too. I had arrangements with a friend, but I think I misremembered which city he actually lives in, and I figured I'll find somewhere to stay once I get there, but it doesn't look like there's much in terms of lodging around here, so would that be okay or not? If not, I can find somewhere else.
Oh, no, that's probably better that you stay here. Yeah, you don't want to go knocking on people's door out here. I would imagine. I'm not from here, but that's someone might just shoot first and ask questions later, you know? So
that's true. All right, cool. He picks up his backpack off the grass. It looks like it's from a thrift store and it's just crammed full of stuff. And he walks up the stairs into the trailer.
I'm going to see if I can find some batteries. Make yourselves at home, I guess.
Thank you.
I'll go look for a junk drawer with some AA batteries for my CD player.
It's actually the first drawer you open. You open it right next to the sink, and it's very clearly a junk drawer, but it's like organized. Like the batteries are all nice and stacked up here in this corner. You've got like a little plastic clear box of paper clips in that corner. You got a couple notepads and pens.
Huh. I think my dad got married. He was never this clean, but I'll swap out the batteries, test it, and see if it works.
Yeah. And immediately ICP starts playing through your headphones again.
What is a juggalo? I don't know. But if you down, oh, cool. All right. I will see what refreshments there are to offer my new friends.
You look around and there's some beer in the fridge. There is also appears to be running water.
I'll try the water, see if it's okay.
It's not the best, but it's clean. Pretty sure. It's tap water.
We got Keystone Light and we got tap water.
Water sounds good.
Okay.
I'll take a beer if you don't mind.
Sure. And Benny's never entertained guests before. He doesn't really know how to do it, but he'll do his best.
I'll just take a cup of water or something. Thank you.
I assume that's okay to drink.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
I'll just stick with my Mountain Dew for right now. Benny feels really awkward. Is there like a TV to turn on in here?
Yeah. You, there's like a little, CRT sort of, up on the dresser.
I'll go turn it on, and I guess there's like an hour until like a festival, so I'll see if there's something on. I don't know what you guys like to watch. He probably doesn't have cable, but
as you turn it on and start flipping through the channels, you get static for the first one, static for the second one, third one. You flip all the way around, all 42 channels, until you realize everything is static.
is there like does he have like an old VCR or anything? Is there like...
There is a VCR built into this CRT, and you start opening up drawers, but for the life of you, you cannot find any VCR tapes.
Well, turn it back off. Yeah, I guess make yourselves at home. I'm gonna go into the backyard real quick and see what's out there. Benny just feels awkward with this many people expecting him. He feels like he should be doing something, but is just very uncomfortable, so he's just gonna flee the situation and go into the backyard.
Vincent goes to the linen cupboard because was he present when he heard the description of where the stuff was, or did Benny maybe tell everybody when he said to make themselves at home where the linen was?
Yeah, I would have passed that. Benny would have passed that along, and just said he'll sleep. I don't know what the sleeping arrangements look like, but Benny will take the worst one. He feels like probably those who are older, whoever's the oldest, should probably, maybe our bus driver should get the Garlax, should get the bed.
Vincent is going to sleep on the floor. He starts making his nest on the floor with his blankets.
And Eamon basically plopped on the couch immediately. So.
Garlax sort of naturally, without any words being exchanged, after Benny leaves, meanders back to the bedroom. as you all sort of get the linens ready and start like fluffing them out and claiming space, Benny, what are you doing in the back?
Contemplating walking to some other city. He's extremely uncomfortable. He'll probably quickly realize that's just not possible, and it's getting dark. What's back here? Is there, besides the weird bunker door looking thing?
Pretty much nothing. The doors are sort of at like a little steeper than a 45-degree slant, closer to level with the ground. They have a chain and a key padlock keeping them shut.
Do they get tornadoes out here?
You're pretty sure they would sometimes. The land's pretty flat.
Huh. Is there anything he'll just kind of look around and see what other, assume there's some junk out here. Just
all right, go ahead and make a check.
One again.
A 1. You don't see any sort of junk in the backyard. It's actually like pretty well kept lawn back here. But you do notice that other lights are starting to click on around the old church. You can see people moving around, shouting greetings, but you can't really hear what they're saying from this distance.
Okay. I'll go back in and let everybody know there's something going on. I think it's over. Is it by the church or the stone building?
Yeah, it's by the building.
I'm gonna walk down the street and see what's going on. You guys are, I guess, welcome to come or hang out here.
I'll go along with you. I want to see what's going on also.
Yeah, Evan's just been sitting on the couch, desperately trying to figure out on his phone when he's going to be able to get out of this town. But doing something sounds better than doing nothing. Let's go.
Garlax will join you as you make your way towards the people. You think this is a festival? He asks, and you get closer. You can see people starting to take out tents, like track tents, and set up folding tables, putting out what looks like dishes of hot food on them.
Maybe this is like a religious thing. Maybe my dad joined a cult. That, I could see that.
Well, if it is a cult, they don't take very good care of their place of worship. He's looking up at the dilapidated building.
That's a good point. Did you see how clean that trailer was? This whole
That didn't feel right.
Yeah, something's off. I don't know. Well, Benny's gonna keep an eye out and see if these people are like real, real nice, like overly nice. That's what he would expect if this were some sort of church gathering, is people to like be, super nice, but maybe just kind of odd.
You start to, as you get closer and closer, you hear bouts of laughter and greetings. You can see a woman that brought her 2 boys out with her, maybe 12 and 14. You can see an old man sort of walking along with a, he doesn't have a walker, but it looks like he probably should. you can see another group of gossiping women sitting in chairs behind their, crock pots. And you can see a line starting to form over by the paper plates and plastic cutlery.
Guess it's a potluck. Do I see my dad anywhere? Maybe someone with a wheelchair?
You do, actually. It takes you a bit, though. Go ahead and make a check to see how long it takes you to spot him.
8.
Takes you a good long while. Well, I think at this point, we got this close, it'd be rude to not partake, am I right?
But on the other hand, we didn't bring food for the potluck.
That's true. But it looks like not a lot of these people did either. I'm only seeing, 6 dishes? And I'm counting over 24 people.
I mean,
I'm gonna risk it.
I will too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Two of you get in line, and immediately someone gets behind you. This red-haired guy. It looks like he's just exhausted. Red, balding head, long, like shoulder-length, dirty hair, and a thin sort of red beard. He gets behind you and... Man, I kind of wish these things were at a more reasonable hour.
You guys have festivals like this a lot?
No, this is the only one. Happens a couple times a year. Oh, you're new here. Well, it's nice to meet you. I'm Howie.
Nice to meet you. I'm Vincent.
I'm Ammon.
I'm Garlax. Well,
what happens at these festivals?
Well, this one in particular is pretty cool. You know what it's called?
I'll be real, people have been saying a word and I can't tell if it's birding or burning.
A bird with a D.
Birds like the...
Well, actually, you know what? I never thought about it like that. But yeah, it's bird with a D. It's real cool. There's like this some sort of celestial event that makes all of them take flight all at once, and then something really cool happens, and it's sort of like why we have the festival in the first place.
Vincent, meanwhile, is just he's found the bread. There's more bread on his plate than anything else.
And it's just like pillow bread still in the out of the plastic bag.
He doesn't care. He likes bread, so.
Benny, you do finally find your father, who's actually going around with the man in the wheelchair who's greeting everybody. You find him at about the same time that that they get to the rest of your group that is staying in your dad's house tonight. And you sort of walk up with them. Hey, you're the ones that are staying in my place tonight, aren't you? Well, I'd like you to meet Thane. He's sort of the leader around here. All the decisions go through him. And as you look down at the man in the wheelchair, you get this ringing inside your head. It's you're not sure if you're imagining it or not. And you can see his looks like he's sort of in his night clothes. He's got a blanket across his lap to keep his legs warm. He looks very, very old, but more than old, he's completely bald, no eyebrows, no hair, no facial hair, and it really shows off, especially in the camp lights that are hung on these tents. His entire body is covered in burn scars. As he talks, you can see that his lips are sort of peeled back, so you can see his yellowed teeth. And he doesn't really move a lot when he says, "It's very nice to meet you. Welcome to Sunhall. I hope you're enjoying the festival."
Oh yes, it's very nice. Thank you.
Food's real good. Yeah.
Ah, you must be Benny.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
I'm Thane. Your father has told me much about you.
Yeah, you know how parents are.
You are very lucky to have such a caring patron in your life. I hope you appreciate him as much as he appreciates you. Now, please enjoy the potluck. There will be an event later that you won't want to miss, but you might want to finish your dinner beforehand.
All right.
Come on,
Cool. It's
we have
nice
more
meeting you,
people
Thane.
to meet.
Oh, okay, yeah. Have a good one.
It was very nice to meet all of you. Welcome to Sunhall.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah, it seems like a nice place.
Benny's
As soon
dad
as he-
wheels Thane away.
Hey, Garlax.
Yeah.
Kind of quietly, where there's. Can I talk to Garlax where there's not a bunch of people around? Besides.
Yeah, you sort of pull him aside.
Hey. So this is definitely like a cult or something weird going on. It's just the three of us, man. Can we just are you good to drive? Like we could just like head on to the next place or something. Like I've got some extra cash because I was expecting to be here for a few days, but we could just leave, you know? Because I don't think, well, Vincent seems like they might want to stay here. If I talk to Vincent and Vincent's fine with, like, you know, they don't, like, I saw that old bus. There's no tracker. Like, they don't know where you're at, you know, as long as you come wherever you're supposed to be tomorrow or whatever, you know.
Yeah, I kind of tend to agree with you. This place it just gets weirder the more we're staying here. I should have enough fuel to get us to the next town. You might want to make up some chairs so you can sleep on it on the bus, but I'm good to drive.
I mean, I'll stay up with you. Okay, cool. Maybe we should like kind of be subtle about it, because I'm pretty sure this is like some sort of cult or something. So maybe you just want to go back to the bus and we'll meet you. We'll kind of like trickle back over there.
Starting to think you're right. Yeah, I didn't bring much. I'll head over there now. with
Oh, yeah, I
my
forgot my-
sloppy jaw.
Yeah, I left my backpack. Yes, I'll go get our stuff. But yeah, I'll go talk to the others and we'll meet you back at the bus. Does it sound good?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Hey, I'll go find Amon and Vincent. Are you two together?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Hey, so, did you guys catch that a while ago?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
this
agree with you. This does seem like a cult. The guy who's in charge, his name literally is just a Scottish title of nobility. So that feels normal and fine.
Right?
I'm kidding. Let's leave.
Yeah, let's get out of here, right? Vincent, are you?
I'm fine with that.
Let's get out of here. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, so he kind of seemed threatening at the end. Did you catch that? He seemed a little bit
kind of
threatening.
right? Between you and your dad and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, fuck that guy. You know, I don't know him. And I don't know what's going on. I haven't seen my dad in forever. And then he's like here and like everything's nice and it's fine and everything. I'm sorry. I'm getting upset. I'm sorry. So I don't think we should all go like at once. So maybe you two want to head back and like, can you I got a JanSport backpack. I didn't open it or anything. Can you grab that? And then I'll meet you back at the bus. So it's not like too subtle. And I hear it's always a good plan to split the party. Does that work for you guys? Can
What's
just get
that? You guys are
don't-
thinking of splitting? And Howie, the redhead guy that was behind you in line, walks up with his food.
Shit, man, I didn't know you were there. No, they're gonna go get my bag. Yeah. Yeah, I'm almost out of Mountain Dew, so they're gonna go get my bag for me. Yeah, it's the JanSport. If you can just grab it, it's like kind of a bluish color. I don't know. It's the closest thing to black I could find.
Go ahead and make a check to lie to Howie.
A 9.
He narrows his tired eyes. I mean, if you're thinking of leaving, I mean, nobody's gonna stop you. We just much rather you stay and enjoy the festival. I mean, we
that's a really
put out this
weird-
food. There's no way we're gonna finish it.
Yeah, that's a really weird thing to say to somebody.
I don't think it's
The nicest way
that
possible.
weird.
That super sounds like a you problem.
All
Listen,
right.
I've already received Jesus. Okay, I'm born again.
We don't swing that way out here. Don't worry.
Again, that's a really weird thing to say.
Which
In
way
this
do you
context, I don't want to. Are we talking about sexual orientation or?
No. I'm sorry. We just
swing? You just said we don't speak that way.
we don't judge. We everybody here sort of, follows their own path, whatever they want that path to be. And we just kind of let them be. And we're accepting of everybody. I mean, you'll see all parts around here. You see Jared over there. You see Sherilyn with her gloves on by the side.
Why are they wearing gloves?
Oh, don't mind her. See, that's what I'm saying. We don't usually ask that kind of question around here. We just let people do what they do, and we don't judge.
All right. Yeah. Seems fine.
All right.
Well, nice talking to you.
Yeah. Enjoy the birding. turns and
You too.
walks back to the crowd and the light.
That was fucking weird, right? Like,
yeah.
I was watching It last night. Do you guys know that movie?
Huh?
I've
About the
heard
clowns
of it.
and everything? Because I like ICP and it has clowns in it. Not the same thing. So I feel like I'm a little bit weirded out right now. And I'm pretty sure my dad joined a cult. And I'm only 17. I'm not even supposed to be like... am I supposed to... I don't know. Am I supposed to be... Is it okay for me to be out without an adult? I don't know, but I would like to get out of here. Can Emma, do you, Vincent, do you, all steak? I feel like if we all leave or something, it's gonna be weird. Should we? I don't know. Can we just go? You know what they said? We can do whatever. Let's do us,
They
and
don't
let's
judge,
go
they
get our
said,
stuff.
so-
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's head back. Which Vincent and Ammon, like, who's like? I'm like 6'2" and really big. I feel like I'm pretty noticeable. Which one of you do I think? Which one of them do I think blends in more?
Would this be a sneak check?
I'm just wondering if like one of you can look around to see if they're like watching us, and also if you see any clowns. But I don't feel like there's probably any clowns.
Would that fall under investigator?
Investigation is more like finding clues,
Okay.
looking around and trying to find objects.
Okay. Does Ammon
But-
have any skills to be helpful for that, Len?
It's just good at hearing and persuasion. So if we want to persuade anybody,
Well,
like I could probably do distraction or something.
Benny will walk back as nonchalantly as he can, which is probably not very right now.
All right, so Ammon and Vincent, which one of you is keeping lookout for eyes on the party?
Vincent will do it.
All right, go ahead and make a check.
The D10, correct?
Yep.
Cool.
Hey, so just so you guys know, when I went into the backyard, there's like buried into the ground some big steel doors, and then there were like chains across them. At first, I didn't think anything of it. I thought maybe like a storm shelter for like a tornado, but I'm pretty sure that's where they keep people at this point. So
Or they're preppers.
just yeah, maybe.
Vincent got a 9 for keeping an eye out, by the way.
You are, even with your background, you are still pretty unnerved. Every single time you glance at someone, you feel like they just stopped looking at you, like they only just turned away as you turned towards them. Even the shadows, you feel like there's animals in there just staring at you from the shrubs.
Well, I guess Ammon can go and kind of try and like schmooze and make people maybe pay less attention to the other people in my group.
All right, go ahead and make a check for. You can definitely use your persuasionish ability for this.
Because he is attractive, and so people like to be around him.
Gotcha. Very easy. You're a very distracting individual.
He got a 1.
And with the 1, you go back and immediately you can see all, and when I say all, I mean literally every single one of them. Every single middle-aged woman at this party. Their heads turn as you come back into the light. And you just start chatting up whoever is there, being your usual charming self, no matter how uncomfortable you feel at this potluck. And both Vincent and Benny are going back to the trailer to grab your stuff.
Yes, Vincent has his backpack with him, but he's going to help because does Len have his stuff? I mean, not Len. Ammon, does he have his stuff with him?
I think he probably left like most of his stuff back in there.
Okay, so I think Vincent's going along to help gather up Ammon's stuff, and then Benny will grab his stuff.
Benny might be afraid of the dark. Just by the way, he wanted someone to either go get it or go with him, so he's fine as long as there's somebody else there.
So Benny and Vincent, it doesn't take you long. You go right back to the trailer. Benny, you flick on the light. You can see the doors into the whatever the cellar in the back are still closed and chained. You quickly gather up your stuff, and it doesn't take you long to get back out of that house and start making your way towards the bus.
Cool. Make sure to leave all the lights still on so that there's some light outside when we go out.
Ammon, you managed to make a check to extract yourself from the situation as you see Benny and Vincent making their way towards the bus.
7.
It takes you a while. At this point, there's a line of people waiting to chat up the new person. And Benny and Vincent, you get to the bus well ahead of Ammon, but Garlax isn't there.
I'm gonna look around, see if I can find him.
Make a check.
Vincent will also make a check for that. And does this fall under investigation or not?
Let me look up exactly what investigation is.
Okay.
Investigator. Checks made to search for information, like find a book in a library or gather clues from a crime scene. I don't think this would apply here. You're not.
Okay.
You might not be looking for like detailed information about what happened. You're just looking for a person.
Yeah, that makes sense.
3.
I also got a 3.
Nice. I feel like that's happening a lot tonight.
Yeah.
It's got to mean something.
Yeah.
Even with a 3, no Garlax. This corner of town is very dark, very quiet. And it's particularly eerie as well because the bus is parked right in front of the church. You can see the front doors of the church are open, though, and they weren't before.
I'm gonna.
Oh, sorry, go on.
I'm gonna look for some keys. See if Garlax left the keys on the bus.
Yeah, you just push the door open easily enough. It makes a that echoes a little bit, and you freeze, wondering if anybody heard it. Doesn't seem like anybody's coming though. You take steps up into the bus, and you start fiddling around. You actually find a set of keys on the driver's seat.
All right, well that's good. I'm gonna hang on to him, I think, for right now.
At this point,
Does he tell
Ammon, you
Vincent
show
about
up.
the keys or not?
I imagine. I'm not trying to probably hear. Well, the keys are here.
Okay, well, do you know how to drive or not? Because if not, if Garlax doesn't show up, we really have to. I could probably drive the bus.
Yeah, that'd probably be better. I've never actually driven before. I have a permit.
Well, you can sit up front where you can see what I'm doing.
Yeah, Garlax seemed nice, though. Where do
Well,
you
I
think
don't
he...
want to steal his bus, but like if they took him or something, and we might have to.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah, they're not going to tell us if they took him. So I don't really feel like there's any point in asking, but...
True. Well, I guess we'll just see if we see him.
Yeah, maybe... I don't know what to do.
First,
I'm
you
not
see
leaving.
Ammon approaching the bus from the shadows.
Hey, we heading out?
We can't find Garlax, but the keys are here. Have you seen him anywhere?
I mean, did I see him back at the party at all?
No.
I don't think I did. I was really surrounded by middle-aged women. It's kind of
Well,
overwhelming.
thanks for distracting them. That was definitely helpful.
I just all wanted to talk about casseroles.
Yeah, does that normally happen, or was that like weird? They're all very friendly, but they seem to look at you a little bit.
I
like they're
mean,
hungry.
people look at me, but also that was a lot.
Huh. Do you guys think they like took Garlax? I mean, we're right here. There's like 2 streets in this town. How did he go missing? I have his stuff right here. I don't feel like we can leave without him.
I agree that would probably be illegal unless we gotta steal it in self-defense.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about what's legal, but just seems messed up, you know. I mean, they didn't take him back to the compound or the whatever the cellar is. That was still locked. You guys want to look around town, see if we can find him before...
Suppose
Yeah,
we
we
have
probably should.
Hey, Amon, do you think you could... a couple of those ladies who were looking at you like you were a casserole, do you think you could ask one of them discreetly if they know where he is or where they keep the bodies? I don't know.
I'm willing to try.
Vincent, what did you say? You keep seeming like you're taking notes, like mentally. What did you say you did exactly? Is this why you're here or something? You seem... I'm sorry, I'm freaked out right now, and you just seem really calm.
I seem calm outwardly. Inwardly, though, it's a different story. I am unfortunately not quite used to this level, generally speaking, with a few exceptions, but I am used to dealing with strange stuff. I have heard some rumors about this town, but I have not heard about the birding. I don't know anything about that. I came here to just do some studying. I'm not officially affiliated with anybody, but it's kind of my hobby, and I don't really have anything else I do, so that's why I'm here.
You're not like in this cult, right?
No. This is my first time being here, and I wish I would have picked a different city to do my studying, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel the same way. I'm not even sure if that's my dad. He doesn't act like my dad. He doesn't, like, he seems older, but I don't...
He didn't really seem to recognize you either.
Yeah. Huh.
I mean, that is something that cults do. They can kind of replace your personality with their personality, but they don't generally erase your memories.
I don't know anything about cults other than I saw like an episode of Dr. Phil once. But I don't really like him, so I don't know if you can trust what he has to say.
Dr. Phil or your dad?
Yes. Yep.
I just grew up. That's my experience with cults, but
You just what?
grew up in Utah. But yeah, this
Are
is
there cults
a
in
different
Utah?
level of Mormonism. I'm allowed to say that. I'm kind of a Mormon. Okay. Yeah, I mean it's a different level. This is definitely a lot scarier than being in Utah. So I would love to leave. That would be ideal.
Yeah, I agree. It just the. You don't think Garlax is like in on this, do you? He seemed nice. That was the read I got from him. And I don't feel like I can't like leave him. Like
Is
if
he
they're,
from here or was he just had a friend here, right?
I think he's just driving the bus through, but he like comes through here normally.
Right.
He said he had a
Yeah.
friend that he couldn't find or something.
I mean, fuck it, let's steal his bus and get out of here. Right? He seemed like he's been here before and he was fine with it. And he was friendly. Aren't they all real friendly? GM, do I feel like they were friendly in the same sort of way? Garlax didn't give me creepy vibes. But
Garlax
now I'm
Garlax
second-guessing.
is of the people that other than you three that have appeared in this story so far, Garlax is by far the most normal. He always seemed like he was on the up and up. He was like he feels like he's like in the same situation as you. He doesn't really know what's going on, and now he's missing.
Was there any sort of, or maybe just like looking around, we're in a trailer park. There's got to be some discarded metal shit somewhere. I'm just going to like see what I can find, like crowbar type thing, but just like anything I could hit someone with that would be hard. I would feel a little bit better.
You find what looks like a old, rusted off, cut off muffler, an exhaust pipe, lying in the grass next to the bus.
Sweet. I'm going to like step on it to like condense it down a bit and try to make it into more of a club-like weapon. Or if it's rusted enough, maybe a cutting type weapon. How long does tetanus take to take effect?
I think it takes quite a while.
Okay. I'm just it's not super subtle, but I think I'll just walk around with this for right now. I feel a little bit better.
You can
Go
always
ahead
say it's
and
for
add a
horse or
medium
something if
weapon
anyone
to your
asks.
inventory.
All right. I'm just picking up trash. Yeah. Helping out the community here.
So Ammon will probably go back to the potluck and look around for Garlax, and also, if he can't see him, ask around.
We'll follow at a distance. I'm not letting anybody out of my sight right now. If we can help it.
And you're doing the same, Vincent?
Yeah.
So with Ammon leading the way, you make your way back to the only lit portion of this trailer park. And as you do, you can hear a bell. Ding ding, ding ding, ding ding, and you can hear cheers, excited cheers. Yeah, yeah, the birding is here. And there's a sudden silence. As you can see the crowd now, as you round a building, all of them, their necks craned up at the sky, waiting with bated breath. And that's where we're going to take our break for the evening. If you need to, go, viewers, go refill your water, whether you're watching live or you're watching the VOD afterwards. If you need it, get up and stretch, walk around a bit, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes. So, hope to see you then. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the first episode of Garlax. Where we left off, our friends realize that Garlax is missing. This town is wrong. Everything about it is off. This birding festival so far has been just a potluck. But with the sounding of a bell, you see from a distance, everyone at this event is now staring up at the sky, waiting for something to happen. All at once, birds, hundreds of them from every spot in this town, behind the church, roof of a trailer, hiding in bushes, just all at once take flight and shoot skywards, their wings making almost this soft but deafening sound as they flee, almost as if they are running from something. The sound slowly dissipates as the birds fly into the night sky, a cloud so thick it begins to blot out some of the stars. And then you see one of them suddenly glow brightly, like burning magnesium, a new star, and then fall slowly to the ground. A second bird from the cloud, third, fourth, one by one, all of the birds catch fire and burn with a brilliant white light, and then careen down to the ground. The ones over you land nearby, none of them hitting you, but as they hit the ground immediately, the blinding light ceases, and you can see nothing but the charred remains left behind. At this point, the villagers, the townspeople in this trailer park begin cheering. They say, "Ooh, ah, go on, go get that one, go get that one." And you can see a mother urge her son as he goes and grabs one of the birds that fell from the sky. He smiles, so proud of himself. And the mother ruffles his hair and says, "Go on, you know what comes next. Come on, you got this." And this kid, no more than 7 years old, holding a crow that's almost as big as his head, grins widely, the smile not reaching his eyes. He leans down and takes a bite out of the bird. He smiles with now blackened teeth, eyes wide, staring up at his mother. From here, you can't tell if it's a smile or if he's not sure. But the mother reassures him, "Good job, come on. That's right." This is fucked up. Garlax
Gross.
is still nowhere to be seen.
Garlax! Garlax! I'm just gonna start yelling for Garlax. Garlax, we gotta go!
You hear a bang, like something metal clanging against metal coming from your father's trailer.
Benny heads towards the bus and tries to start it.
You go back towards the bus, hop in. Ammon and Vincent, what are you two doing?
I would kind of head towards the bus to see if he's going to start it or not. Because I did say I would drive.
Yeah, if he's making a run for it, I'm probably running behind him.
All right, you quickly all board the bus, throw your bags into the front seats, and Vincent, you take the keys and hop into the driver's seat. You quickly, in the darkness, squint to find the keyhole, insert the key, and turn, and hear a voof, voof, voof. Voof, voof, voof. The bus isn't starting.
Benny, you know some mechanic stuff, it seems. Do you have any idea if there's anything else that might need to happen to get it going?
I don't know anything about cars, I'm going to be honest. I have no idea. I could probably figure out where we could steal one from. Was there any vehicles around?
Yeah,
this town?
there's a car or a truck, mostly trucks outside maybe half of these trailers.
I mean, one of these probably has the keys in it. You know, it's like a small town. Like, maybe we can see there's like some that looks like almost like a farm truck or something. Might have some keys in it.
That's fine with me. Either that or I'm walking.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could also do that.
As you exit the bus to start to look around at the cars, you... Actually, I'm gonna ask all of you to roll a d10 for me.
6.
4.
I got 10.
Vincent. As everyone is, as Ammon and Benny at least are focused on finding a car, you can't help but your habit is to take in every detail you can. And you glance towards the old burnt out building with a now open door. It creaks, and as it does, the wind rushes out of the doors, and they both open slightly. And as you glance over, you can get a peek inside. You can see the inside is much like the outside is. Dilapidated, broken pews and other furniture. But in the center, there is a strange object. A cube, maybe 3 or 4 feet on each side, floating above some sort of statue beneath it. Looks like there's maybe a liquid or something falling from the cube onto this statue. And it doesn't look like anything is suspending the cube there. It's just floating.
He mutters to himself under his breath. I've seen a lot of things, but I've never seen that before.
What's that?
There's a weird cube inside that building. He points towards it.
Star Trek cube? What?
Like a weird, drooping, suspended cube.
Okay, that's just weird.
Benny and Ammon, you glance inside and you can see the same thing. Something about the statue draws your attention uncomfortably.
Let's go look at it. Benny will start heading over.
Abandoning your quest to find a way out of here, you enter the building. As you do, The entire world seems to go silent. You look up at the rafters. None of the shadows move. You slowly and cautiously approach this central object of worship. The cube is maybe 6 feet off the ground, about head height for you, Benny. The statue beneath it is between 4 and 5 feet tall. And it is not like anything you've seen before. This strange, viscous and thick, milky liquid, almost like honey, drips from this cube like it's sweating the stuff. As the cube slowly rotates, it drips, drips, drips onto the statue of abominative mix between a squid and a lizard. The substance seems to run down the grooves of its body, in between its clawed hands and feet, into holes in the ground, where it disappears.
Vincent, do you know what this is?
Vincent's still outside the building.
Vincent! Hey!
I can see as much as I want to see from out here, personally. Vincent has knowledge, and I said for the category the occult, so would that count as a check for that or not?
Yes, I think absolutely.
Alright, cool. We'll see if he knows what the weird cube is. Apparently he does not. He got an 8.
It's not that uncommon for followers of the occult to have idols, like physical objects of worship, that are some representation of the being they follow or the idea that they rally behind. As for specifically what that being or idea is for this idol, you have no idea.
I'm sorry, Benny. I've seen some stuff, like cults tend to have stuff like this, but I don't know what this specific one is. I wish I did, but unfortunately I don't, and maybe that's for the better.
Is there any kind of, maybe like a tablecloth from one of the tables outside or something, or some sort of cloth around here?
Yeah, you actually see what looks like an old tapestry. It's not very big. Has frayed edges. The image on it looks like some sort of flame. The tapestry itself is black and white.
I'm gonna tear that down, tear it out. I'm gonna try to throw it over this thing that's dripping, and then I'm gonna take a couple of swings at it with my handy muffler.
You toss the tapestry over the cube. It's spinning. It doesn't cover the whole thing, but it covers enough. As you heft the muffler.
Spraying on me if I hit it.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
2.
With a 2, you swing the muffler with all your might, and this deafening clang sounds out through this church, echoing off of the walls and throughout the entire space. And the ringing in your ears matches the ringing in your hands as it just vibrates painfully.
God, that hurts. Did it do anything?
You take the cloth off to see if it did any damage. And after you take the cloth off, it's soaking wet. And you just like toss it to the side. And you can't tell where you hit it.
Is there another one of those? I'll try it with a statue.
All right, you take the muffler, swing again at the statue. Go ahead and make another attack roll. You take your muffler, compact it into a weapon, and swing again like a baseball bat, hard as you can. And there's a flash. You're not sure if you imagined it or not, but this blinding light for a split second appears. And after you blink, you can see the squid lizard thing is now holding your weapon. Like it caught it as it was mid-swing.
Sweet. I'm going to try to pry it back out.
Give me a check.
2.
You, with the leverage as you can, you pull and pull and pull. And just as the muffler begins to bend slightly, there's a snap. And the thumb of the claw breaks off and clatters to the ground. And you stumble backwards a few steps, having retrieved your weapon.
I'm just gonna
The
go
statue
to
does
town on
not
this thing.
move.
I'm just gonna go to town on it. Just gonna start swinging.
Clang! 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 And piece by piece, this statue begins to fall apart. Cracks for a minute. And you continue until it is no longer recognizable. It no longer has a face, no more arms. You can no longer... You didn't recognize it before, but now it looks like just a pile of stone that was once carved into something.
I can't seem to hurt the big glowy. I'll leave and go out to everybody else and tell them what they probably already know, which is I can't seem to hurt the big glowy thing or the big cube thing. It's really wet.
As you exit the doorway, you feel a breath against the back of your neck.
I'm fucking swinging around without looking.
You swing with your weapon. Whoosh. There's nothing behind you.
So they always run in movies, and that's like what gets them. I think we should fight. Anybody have any gunpowder?
No.
I can make like a pipe bomb or something.
No.
I've only got the one, so by the way, you might notice at this point that Benny's like missing a finger, and his that hand is a little bit mangled. His thumb has been kind of reconstructed a little bit. I only got the one. I don't know, and I pull out a pipe bomb, and I'm like, I don't know if we should use it on this or save it. I feel like we should save it. Feel like I've seen some movies, and I feel like that's probably the thing that's causing the problem. Like maybe it's like mind controlling everybody.
That's possible. I mean, you maybe should save it because if we set it off, it's going to draw all the attention over this way.
Yeah, speaking of, did anybody notice as I'm like going to town on their statue?
It doesn't seem that anybody is approaching where you're standing outside this church.
I don't know what to do.
I think maybe we should start walking or something.
Just like walk out of here.
Maybe.
That's what I'm saying though. That's what they do in the movies, and then
Well,
like
they
Killer,
run.
like
If we-
walks behind them, and like catches up to them, but they're like running, and then they're tired, and then
Maybe we walk slowly and pace ourselves. We won't run out of stamina.
I'll check my Mountain Dew stores, see how many more Cheetos I have left. All right, I mean, we could do that, but then
I mean, if your suggestion is to stay and fight, what are we fighting?
Yeah, we
I
can't
don't know
see
what
it.
that thing is, but like I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like we need to break that thing. That just seems like what we should do.
Yeah, well, I have a pocket knife, so I'm not sure how we're gonna do that.
I also have a pocket knife.
Look at us go, high five.
Yeah.
There's a rustle in the bushes behind you.
Benny prepares to hit it with a muffler. Garlax?
Vincent, a hand suddenly grabs your shoulder from behind, and you hear and all of you spin around, and you can see Garlax, hat missing, blood running down the side of his head, eyes wide, teeth cracked and gone, and he's don't try it. And his eyes close and he loses consciousness. Collapses to the ground.
Does anybody have any medical skills or anything? I don't, but
Oh,
I got some. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I got some Band-Aids and stuff that I got from the Rite Aid, and some stuff. And I've watched. You remember that show ER? I've watched that a lot. Here, let me see what I can do. I'm gonna see what I can do for Garlax here.
All right.
He might be
Make
in
a
shock. We should probably put his feet up. Wait. Should check his airway. They always check his airway first. Is he wheezing okay? He sounded pretty. Does he have any blood or teeth in his mouth that needs to come out?
Go ahead and make a check. Try to help Garlax.
Six. I'll give him some of a Mountain Dew. If he's in shock, the sugar should help with that.
As you begin to pour a little bit of Mountain Dew into his open mouth, his eyes flutter open and he coughs.
Hey, you were saying don't. You were telling us not to do something, Garlax. What were you telling us not to do?
Chargeth, Degu Crassel. Chargeth, Degu Crassel. Chargeth, Degu Crassel.
I'll look at Ammon because they're supposed to, like, I don't speak Italian.
Tarkus? And then David something, I think.
Chargeth, Degu Crassel. Chargeth, Degu Crassel.
Yeah, what does that
writing
mean?
down what he's saying, but Vincent doesn't know what it means.
He continues to repeat it. Any question you ask him, he repeats again. Chargeth, Deg, Ukrazel. As far as you can tell, it's nonsense. But Vincent, go ahead and make a check.
Is it for knowledge or investigator?
This would probably... Knowledge for what? What do you have?
I have the occult. That's all I have.
Yes, absolutely. Occult knowledge.
Okay, cool. I got a 6.
You've heard plenty of stories of people that have recently experienced supernatural trauma. This is very much reminiscent of those stories, rocking back and forth, chanting the same nonsense over and over again. Usually injured in some way, and you can still see the blood continues to run from somewhere underneath his hairline. His eyes are still wide, locked into a 1,000-yard stare, almost permanently, it seems. As far as the actual words he's chanting, there is some frowned upon translations of this nonsense. It's not really taboo, it's just pseudoscience, is guessing what it is. But you actually recognize one of the words, and Chargeth has been translated before as beneath or under.
Hey guys, I don't know most of what he's saying, but I do remember reading, and it's not exactly scientifically agreed upon, it's just kind of a theory, but that Chargeth means beneath. That's the first thing, and second thing, I think that Garlax is traumatized, so I think we should try to, like, comfort him or something. Vincent, like, takes off, he's wearing, like, a ratty jacket that also looks like he got it at the thrift store, and he puts it around Garlax's shoulders and kind of pats it down to try to comfort him.
It doesn't seem to have any effect. He continues to rock back and forth. Chargeth, Tegu Krassel. Chargeth, Tegu Krassel.
Well, maybe we should take him back to the bus. At least. Put him in there.
That sounds like a good idea.
Alright, Benny can probably pick him up.
Yeah, you help him. He sort of still doesn't really look like he knows what's going on or where he is. You put his arm around you, and he stumbles forward as you make your way back to the bus. He glances into the open church door, and he gasps, and immediately just sprints inside.
Can I try to grab him?
Yeah, go ahead and make a check.
I'm gonna try to, like, clip his back leg, you know, when he's, like, running.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can catch him otherwise. Try to trip him. Feels kind of mean. Rolled a 4.
A 4 is absolutely a success. As you kick out his back heel, his legs tie themselves up, and he just eats it onto the pavement. And he doesn't even seem to have noticed. His hands and elbows and part of his face are now scuffed, and he continues crawling as fast as he can towards the door of the church. And he gets inside, and he disappears into the darkness. And you can hear this low...
Well, I'll follow him in. muffler in hand.
Vincent's
So
trying to
you
rack
go-
his brain to see if he can think of any way to get the bus working.
All right, go ahead and make a check to see if you can figure out why the bus hasn't started working.
I got a 6.
You managed to figure out how to open the hood, and you sort of climb up to see inside of it. But this is going to take a while. You don't remember the last time you looked underneath the hood of any vehicle. Ammon, what are you doing?
I'm curious what the other people in the town are doing right now. I want to make sure that we're not, like, we know where they are, they're accounted for, and we're not in danger from them.
Mm-hmm. We will start with Benny. You go back into this church, and you can see Garlax on his knees, has gathered up some of the pieces of the broken statue, and he has gone back to his rocking, but now he's clutching those pieces of stone to his chest like a child and sobbing.
I'm gonna try to like pick him up and see if he'll come. Like, if I can take him out of here.
Like, just bodily lift Garlax.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're big enough, and you can see now Garlax is actually quite thin. And it's easy enough for you to pick him up. He sort of like freezes in position and continues to sob. You lift him out of the church.
I'm gonna take him back to the bus if I can.
Ammon, you look around the side of a nearby trailer and look at where the lights are coming from, looking for the villagers. And you don't see any of them. The potluck's still there. You can still see steam rising off of the food. The lights are still on. Everything is still set up. There's no people.
Are there still the birds on the ground?
Make a check.
What kind? If it's investigation, I can roll a d8.
Oh yes, if you're looking for clues to figure out where the people have gone, yeah, absolutely.
3.
The birds are missing. They seem to have been gathered up, at least the ones that were around the potluck site. And you notice nearby, this trailer also has that same set of metal basement doors that Benny's dad's trailer had, except these are open. You glance down with the 3, you glance over to the trailers left and right of you, and you can see the same thing. Another set of basement doors, also open. Each one has a set of stairs that leads downwards.
Oh, so that's where the people are. I'm not going down there alone, so I'll go back over to the bus, because that's kind of our central meeting point.
Benny, you've gotten him back onto the bus. Vincent, you've sort of given up on trying to fix it for now. And Garlax now is clutching his blanket around him, and he seems a little bit better. He's taking steadier breaths. He's not muttering anymore. The pieces of stone have just sort of been scattered across the dashboard. He's let go of them. Water.
Vincent has a water bottle in his backpack, so he opens it and hands it to Garlax.
Thank you. This... I'm sorry. I remember you came with me here. This is a bad place. Worse than we thought. If someone doesn't stop them, I don't know what'll happen.
You were saying something before that that we shouldn't do or should do, or...
And then you said the word beneath, but in a different language.
I think it was Italian.
I'm sorry, I don't remember.
It's okay. You've had a rough time tonight.
Ammon comes up to the bus and says, "Okay, so everybody went down into the bunkers. So that's beneath. I don't know."
Where were you, Garlax? Do you remember?
I came back to the bus and I saw people here. I didn't know who they were. Thought it might have been you, but it didn't make sense. I came up to them and I think they attacked me. There was a weird light. There was a woman with bright hands. I was in the middle of some sort of ritual, maybe? But I climbed up some stairs. I must have gotten out of it. I'm sorry, it's in coming and going. I'm only getting pieces. But I remember burning hands. And I remember climbing upstairs. And then I woke up back in the bus. I just know
That's helpful, so thank you.
Good. I just get this feeling that something really, really bad is happening. Like, if we don't do something, I don't know.
I understand.
You know how to fix the bus? It won't start.
Yeah, I guess I can take a look, but I don't know how that's gonna help us save. I feel like it's something bigger than this town is at stake. Like, whatever they're doing here is going to have horrible effects on people hundreds of miles away.
Well, at least if you fix the bus, at least after we hopefully stop them, we'll have a getaway vehicle of some sort if we have to do that.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
He takes the blanket with him as he exits the bus. Grabs a flashlight from a glove compartment, clicks it on, and sets it up to start looking at the engine, leaving the three of you in the bus.
Well, your pipe bomb, if we need to, it might be, helpful to use in one of the bunkers. Just saying.
Yeah, to like get out. Those are like really thick metal doors with chains and stuff on them. I don't want to
They're
go
all
down there.
open.
Yeah, they're open now until we go in and then they close.
Well, what I mean is if everyone that, is causing this was in one and we had to put it down there with them, if it comes to that, you have that at least.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like a good idea, but they're separated by a pretty good distance. I had one of these blow up in my hand, and I only lost a finger. I mean, given I didn't have the end on properly, so it just kind of shot out like a missile, but it's not big enough. I don't have, we need a lot more explosives. If we had some fertilizer or something, I could probably rig something up, but...
Thank you.
Also, I might need another muffler.
There's probably one around here somewhere.
Yeah, I could probably share the one off this one. The bus would run a little bit better. So we supposed to, like, go do something about this?
It would seem so.
What Garlax is saying is a classic apocalyptic situation.
And if we don't do something, it may follow us.
Benny will start up his CD player. It's one of the really nice ones that has the anti-shock, so he can kind of walk with it and doesn't skip. And he's going to start jamming out to ICP to get himself hyped for whatever we're about to do. And then he's going to like go out and just kind of find a weapon, and he's going to maybe smash up a few cars just to kind of get in the mood. And then he's going to come back and be like, all right, I'm ready. Let's go.
Make a check to see what weapon you find.
3.
You actually find an unlocked shed, and you have your pick. There's two very clear options here. There's either a sledgehammer or a hatchet.
I think I gotta go with a sledgehammer. I'll come back with an assortment of garden tools and be like, there's a shovel. I like the shovel, but I'm not sure about the handle on that one. That might break on you. The rake is probably not going to do too much. I wouldn't use the rake. And I'll just like pour out a bunch of stuff that you guys probably don't want to use as weapons. But
Vincent and Ammon make checks to see what you can pick out of the pile.
It'd be D10, or what are we rolling?
I think a D10. I don't know if I wrote in any rules for picking weapons out of piles.
Okay. I got a 5.
Ammon with a 2, you pick up the hatchet. It's an obvious choice. With a 5, you find a pitchfork.
Cool.
Alright, so sledgehammer is an actual piece of equipment that gets an extra bonus for breaking things. The hatchet is a small weapon. The pitchfork is a medium weapon.
Okay.
All right, that should do it. They cut a line, and I need to siphon some stuff in, but if I did this right, she'll be ready to go in about an hour.
Thank you. Sounds good.
Hey, thanks for not leaving me. I really appreciate it. I know we don't know each other that well, but I'm glad that I was able to find you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. We weren't sure if you were in on it, and we were thinking about leaving you. At least I was.
Oh, hell no.
We were realizing you're the most normal person here, so we figured you're probably okay.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
glad you're not dead.
Thanks. I'm not sure most normal person here is much of a compliment, but I'll take it for what it's worth.
Yeah, speaking of, I don't really feel comfortable leaving you here. Do you want to just, like, come with us and you can, like, hang out at the back or something?
Oh yeah, I wasn't asking you to go down there alone. What kind of man would I be if I did that?
Does Garlax get a weapon from the pile of garden tools?
Yeah.
Hey, here's a little garden shovel. I mean, it's more of like a shank, but you could stab somebody with that. Just go for the neck. Just aim for the neck here. Get the carotid.
Yeah, that'll work. Thanks. He hefts it and stabs at the air.
Yeah, just like that. That's perfect. Yep. Just aim for the neck right in there. Yeah.
How do you know this? You don't. It's okay. You don't have to answer. At this point, nothing would surprise me.
I grew up different, so yeah.
All right.
And you
Good
watch
enough.
a lot of TV, so it all helps. It all counts.
Yeah, that because when they come in with that show ER and they're like bleeding from the neck, like that's a big deal. So like I know that. So like that, because it's usually squirting. It'll like squirt like 6 feet. It squirts really
Yeah, I
fast.
know what you're talking about. I've seen stuff like that on TV.
Yeah, it happens in real life too, just like that. It's pretty crazy. All right, you guys want to go?
Yeah, I think maybe you should go first.
Yeah, definitely. I would love to go first. I'm like, I got my Walkman. They're really bad headphones, so like I can still hear you guys. They're not noise canceling. They're just like over the
Dolster
ears, and you can hear.
headphones.
Yeah. You hear what is a juggalo? I don't know, but if you're down with and I'm like going, yeah. I'm just doing me over here. I seem excited.
The excited Benny takes the lead, with the hesitant everybody else following up behind.
You can do this.
You pause for a moment.
Which one should we go in?
You go in your dad's.
Yeah, seems good. Let's do that.
Maybe if there's still a person in there, you might be able to talk him out of it.
Honestly, he seems better now. He was kind of a piece of shit, to be totally honest with you. So.
But did he do the stuff like Garlax?
No, he wasn't like killing people or whatever they're doing here for sure.
Yeah, I think being an asshole's better than that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Do we think that they're like mind controlled? Like Because, like, I don't want to kill somebody who's, like, innocent, you know? I will, but, like, I don't want to, you know what I mean?
I don't
Kind of
know.
seems like it. Hard to tell, though.
Like, maybe they're just, like, mind controlled or something.
I mean, eating the birds seems like maybe it has something to do with it.
The bird thing was creepy. That lady was creepy. She might just be a bad mother, though. I'm going to be honest. We are in a trailer park. Like, it, you know, it's a generational thing. It's not necessarily her fault. I'm just saying that, like, you know, she had a bad upbringing and then, you know, she passes that on to her kids, or, you know.
I don't want to pick on the disabled or anything, but Thane was just... Did any of you get that ringing in your head when we were talking to him?
Yeah.
So that wasn't just me.
Ears, though.
Yeah, and also, like, when you're burned that bad, like, it seems unnatural that he's still alive, you know, like, it seems like something weird is going on.
So maybe we go for him first.
They did say he was their leader, so.
All right. I'll go for Thane.
All right, we'll back you up. You make it to your father's trailer. You can see that the doors to the basement, to the bunker in his backyard are also open, just like every other set of doors. As Benny leads the way down into the darkness, this cement tunnel, we're going to end the first episode of Garlax. Let's change the music. Oh my god, I'm freaking out still. let's put on something nice. Get rid of this spooky vibe. All right. Oh, wow. That was intense. It's not often that I get that into the vibes even when I'm running games. This was amazing. You all were amazing. I cannot wait for the second one now.
Same, I'm so excited.
Unfortunately, sleep is necessary. So thank you all for watching, either whether you're watching this live or watching the VOD afterwards. This has been a ton of fun. The next one's going to be even more intense if I can manage it somehow. If we can, I don't know if we can beat what we just did, but we're gonna try. Just as a reminder, we'll do our outros quick. I'm Dennis. I've been your game master. This has been Sagas, a game I'm working on. We are currently playing version 0.6, with version 0.7 coming out pretty soon here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to check out Sagas, there is a link in the description that will lead you to. We've got a Discord server, we've got a Kickstarter pre-launch page, we've got and you can actually download the game, the playtest, for free on DriveThruRPG. That link is also down there. But I could not have done this without my wonderful cast, so we got to do our outros in case you want to follow them other places. So let's start with Ashley.
My name is Ashley Craft. Tonight I played Vincent, and you can find me on all social media websites at Ashley Craft. It's ASHLEECRAFT. On Twitter it's Ashley_Craft, but everywhere else just Ashley Craft.
Thanks, Ashley. And Len.
My name is Len. I've been playing Ammon, and you can find me at wood.len.creature on Instagram. And coming up, I actually have an appearance on the Tabletop Spinner Network. It's coming up in October, and that one's also spooky. So.
Oh yeah, I love everything that Tabletop Tail Spinners does. And last but certainly not least, Night Harrow.
And her, I go by my gamer tag because at this point, Night Harrow is the real person, and my name is the fake one. You can find me on YouTube. I do PC games under Night Harrow Gaming, and then have a new channel, Homebrewed Tabletop, where do all things tabletop. So got a lot of interviews recently from Gen Con over there. If you're interested in seeing what other nerds are like, it's really fun getting to talk to them. So, and talking to all you guys. I love hanging out with my people.
It's a good time. It's why I do this stuff, honestly, is meeting other people in the space, just sitting down and playing games like this, entering other worlds, leaving our shitty one behind for a bit. Thank you again, all of you, for playing. Thank you especially to all of our viewers for watching. And we will see you next week, same time, for episode 2. I hope you all have a wonderful night, and remember, everything is going to be okay.